everybody, Jason here. It's January 18th and we're going to show you today how to turn the water out of the old house so that the pipes don't burst. Now, it's been a relatively mild winter so far, but in the next couple of nights it's going to get down in the teens. So now's a great time to do it. So we're going to walk you through step by step on how to do this procedure. So one of the first things you want to do is, if the hose is unhooked, you want to go ahead and unhook it, because if you don't, it can freeze up and actually burst the pipe on the inside even if the water is cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, drop it to the ground. I also like to go ahead and run a little water. A lot of times if you haven't run the water in a while, yep, see how it's got brown there for a second? Getting a little bit more silt out of there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. And now we're going to go under the house. So we're under the house now. The water heater's here. The old pump, this is actually not functional anymore. But here's what I want to point your attention to. This is the main valve of the house. We're going to go ahead and turn that off. Okay. And then here is a little coupling. We're going to go ahead and undo that. And you'll notice I'm wearing my boots because it's going to get wet here for just a minute. Because I'm about to undo this, and all the water is going to start coming out of the old house. All right, see, there's actually some of that silt I was telling you about there. And that's mainly just because the water hasn't been used a while in the house. Now that will drain out. It's all rocks in here, so this will eventually drain out. And in the wintertime with the cold temperatures, I'm not really worried about mold getting in the house. By the time the spring rolls around, this will all be gone. But the other thing I like to do is, you think, now this water is in right here. So I've made all these sandbags. So what I like to do is put the sand, that was leaking a little bit, the sandbags over the pipe. And that sort of keeps them underground. I think I got one more here. There, that's just the same as keeping it underground. So in a minute we'll go over here and I'll show you the next thing to do. The next step I like to do is go ahead and drain the water heater. It's not so much that I'm worried that amount of water is going to freeze, but that when that water stays in here, it stays in these pipes. And you can see right here, we had to repair one year because even though the house was drained, there was still water in there. Now I leave, this screwdriver just stays here, and you come down here and here's a valve, and I'm just going to open it and you'll see the water start to come out. And you put that back. The other thing that you want to do is this little valve here, you open it up and that allows air in, and you see that just started coming out faster. All right. And if you'll follow me around over here, there's two valves right here that we had installed to help with this process. And I'm going to go ahead and open both of them. And that helps also drain the water out of the house. And you just leave those open. So we've just come out from under the house, and I'm going to go ahead and start opening all the valves of the house. Now, nothing's coming out here, of course, but if any water gets in here, it's got a place to go. So I'm going to go in the house now, and we're going to open up all the valves. Kitchen now, and again, all I'm doing is simply opening the valves. You may have heard a little bit of air escape, and again, what that's doing is it's getting rid of all the airlocks. So when we do that in the house, that allows any more trapped water to go out of the house. Open that one, open this one, and then flush all the toilets. In the old bathroom, turning on the valve straight up, turning these on. Again, you can hear that air, so that's helping more water get out of the house. And we're going to fully flush the toilet. Okay, so we've turned the water out of the house downstairs. We've opened the valve for the water hose, and we've opened all the valves in the house, including the showers, bathtubs, and sinks. So the last step, and unfortunately I don't have any with me, we're going to have to go to Walmart later today and get some, but you need to get some antifreeze, and you want to get the kind that is RV safe, because otherwise it can corrode pipes and so forth. But you flush the toilets, and so you're going to simply Pour some in this part of the toilet, and then you take the back off. And again, you want to make sure that all the water in there is empty. So hold this up till it's just about gone. There'll still be a little left in the bottom. And then you want to pour more of that antifreeze in there. And you want to do that for both commodes.